So usually in a silk class we've got like a little warm up first, and then it's the conditioning part before we're learning any tricks, just so we can make sure that we are building up the proper strength. As I'm talking and like explaining the exercises, you can just do like some shoulder rolls, or like do the same with your hand, or like just stretching them out a little bit just so they stay nice and warm, because really often we're just like listening so much that actually our muscles get cold before we even get started. Since this is aimed at beginners, we're just going to start with some really basic conditioning exercises, and I'm going to tell you what's important for that. And yeah, have fun, let's get strong. Alrighty, so the first thing we want to have a look at are shoulder shrugs, and they look like this. Alrighty, I was just turning a little bit there so you could see it from different sides. So what's happening here? I'm just grabbing the silk in a handshake grip, so just like this, and I'm doing so a little bit higher. I'm taking my shoulders down and back, and I'm releasing my feet off the floor, so I can just take them behind like this or to the front, and you'll have a little bit of ab work in it as well. And yeah, so just releasing, and now I'm releasing my shoulders and engaging them again to come all the way up. What I'm not doing is like bending my arms or so. My arms stay extended the whole time. So just make sure your arms are all the time extended, and then it's just your shoulders doing the work. If you feel like this is really difficult for you, what we can do is just take a little bit of weight out of it by leaving our feet on the ground. So it just looks like this. I'm placing my feet down here. I can slide down a little bit. I'm engaging my shoulders, and now I'm releasing them and engaging them again. And I can control my weight by like putting more weight into my feet or taking it a little bit out and putting more in my arms. Just playing around with that one. And I'm just going to quickly show you the shoulder engagement from the back. So I'm having my shoulders down and back, and I'm releasing and engaging. See how my arms are staying long at all time. So if you want all of this to be a little bit harder, you can just grab the silks, do the same thing, so shoulders down and back, but now rather than just taking our legs off, we're actually bringing them to the front and into a straddle, and we're going up and down, up and down. And this just makes it a little bit harder. So just choose your option and try to do like 3 sets of 5. And yeah, if that's getting easy after a while, you can of course progress up to 3 sets of 10, or holding it for longer in between. And yeah, just vary the exercises to whatever you like. So it's actually really good to write down as well what exercises you did at a certain training, like maybe have a little book with that and write down how many sets and repetitions you did, because then you can like keep track of how you're actually getting better, because you realize that like after a while doing 5 is just like super easy, and you're like, oh great, wow. Sometimes we don't even realize that because we just change the number at a certain point, and then yeah, we just get used to doing it. So if you just write all of that down, you can actually see how you progress and like track that progress as well. So just pause the videos, do your sets, your repetitions, and then we can continue with the next exercise. The next exercise we want to do is called tummy tucks, and this is actually a good preparation for the invert. And a tummy tuck looks just like this. Just gonna turn a little up and down. Okay, so for our tummy tucks, we can actually wrap our hands like this. So all we're doing here is, when you have the silks in front of you, you just bring it through where your head is, outside, and once more if you want to. Of course you can just leave it once here. I always like it better if it's twice, because it like kind of feels safer that way. Or if you want a little bit more of a challenge for your hands, we can just hold on to the silks just as we did for the shoulder shrugs. What we want to make sure in any case is that we are not hanging over our arms like this, but we want to have our shoulders away from our ears. So we want to engage our shoulders down and back to have this little gap between our ears and our shoulders. So we're hanging here, and now we're trying to get our knees towards our chest. So we're engaging our abs and bringing our knees towards our chest and back down and up and down. Up and hold, and down. So as you see, you can either do like a lot of them, up and down, or you maybe just do one, just like this. Just hold it here for a longer period and bring it back up to have a little break. If you're saying, well, okay, looks good, but in reality this won't happen, you can also like do it just as we did before, leaving your feet on the ground to just take a little bit weight off and just lift up one leg first, then the other leg. You can lift up one leg and see if the other one wants to join, even if it's just for a little second. It's always good to practice it anyways. And then just try to make the period of your leg staying up a little bit longer. And back down. So you can just practice a little bit with this, just to get to the point that you can just do the free tummy tucks. If you're at a point where you're like thinking, okay, I can do like 100 of these tummy tucks already without putting my feet on the ground in between, you might also try to just like pike your legs as you're doing this. This will make it a lot harder. So you're just doing all the same things, shoulders down and back. You can start with your legs in the front and then just bringing them as high up as you can and back down. And this is actually really challenging. Try to do it nice and controlled, up and down. And yeah, basically we want to do all the conditioning exercises nicely and controlled to just get the most out of it. Again, you can do 3 sets of 5 repetitions of that. And yeah, just note it down, whatever you're doing, just so for the next time you know how much you were going for, and you can even try to make it like 3 times 6 or something the next week or the week after, just so you can track your progress like that. Alrighty, so hit the pause button, do your reps, do your sets, and then I'll see you back here for the next exercise. The next exercise will be pull-ups, and this time we actually do want to bend our arms. Finally, yay! Don't be too happy about it though, it's pretty exhausting. So a pull-up crunch looks like this. Just gonna give it a little bit of spin. That's the pull-up crunch. Alrighty, so for this we want to grab the SILKS really high up again. Shoulders down and back. So yeah, we're just gonna lift our knees a little bit into the front. And then we want to really engage our biceps to pull us up on the count of 2. And then relax the biceps again to bring us all the way down. So let's have a look at that. Shoulders down and back. I'm bringing my hands up here. And 1, 2, and 1, 2. So of course we can make this exercise easier again. So to release our hands a little bit, we can wrap once or twice. And to just make it a little bit easier on our arms and on our bicep, we can actually like leave our feet on the ground again. So I'm just leaving them here again, and I'm actually just going to slide down a little bit just so I can get through that full range of motion and really get high up to the top. So just here, and now I'm putting a little bit of weight here to help me get up and down and up. You really want to feel that your arms are working anyways, so that's just really important. Up and down. To make it harder, you could also bring your feet to the back and then do the pull-ups from there. So we just take them here and take it all the way up and back down. So for the pull-ups, just try to do 3 sets of 3. And yeah, you can always top up the numbers, so don't be too hard on yourself, especially if you're doing it for the first time. And yeah, just choose your option, whatever option is best for you. Some people just have like a lot of experience already and are really strong already because they've done like other things, they went to the gym and that. So yeah, when I started off, like I didn't do anything, so that was really hard for me, and it took me a long while to be able to actually just do 1 pull-up. And yeah, now of course it's getting better because I'm just regularly working out. And yeah, as I've already said, write down the numbers you're doing and then just see how you're progressing. You can even every now and then like take a video of you, how you're doing it, and you can actually see how you're getting better. And yeah, so happy conditioning.